Hey, what's up guys? My name's Ryan. I'm a Peace Corps volunteer and I've been living here in Georgia for about 3.5 years. With this video I wanted to cover how to make the k sound in Georgian, which is the letter that sort of looks like in English Y. I'll go over 4 things. The first one will be kind of what the letter sounds like. The second one will be what to do with your tongue in order to make the sound. The third one I'll give you a few examples. And in the fourth part I'll kind of give you some context by comparing this letter with a few of the other letters just to see what the differences are. So this is one of the letters that I think gives beginners trouble oftentimes when they're starting out learning Georgian. For me, I think it took about maybe 3 months or so until I kind of was able to sort of produce something like the sound, and it wasn't until at least maybe 6 months and maybe almost a year that I was fairly comfortable saying it. But keep in mind, for me, I didn't really have any great resources that I found on how to produce the sound, so it was just a lot of trial and error. So that's one of the goals I have with this video, is that for you, hopefully you'll be able to learn it much faster than I did. Alright, so now on to how to produce the sound and what to do with your tongue. I think this is one of probably the most important aspect when it comes to producing the sound. So one way I thought of that might help you with producing the sound is first start by saying the sound, or producing the sound k, as in cat. So k, k. And then take your tongue, and so when you make that sound, your tongue is touching the roof of your mouth, but it's kind of soft. So what you want to do is press your tongue to the very roof of your mouth and hold it there hard. And you're going to try and force the air through. It's a similar concept to like beatboxing, if you're familiar. So you're going to force your tongue to the top of your mouth, and you're going to force the air through the opening between your tongue and the roof of your mouth. So this first sound is k. We're going to hold our tongue very firm to the top of our mouth, and it's going to go k, k. And that's actually the hard K sound in Georgian. That's not the sound we're looking for, but we can use that as a stepping stone. So the next step is, all you're going to do is open your mouth a little bit more, and instead of holding the mid portion of your tongue to the top of your mouth, you're going to try and hold the back portion of your tongue to the top of your mouth. So it's going to sound like k, k. Again, so if we start from the beginning, so k. I'm going to press my tongue to the very roof of my mouth. K, k. I'm going to open my mouth a little bit wider now. K, k. And so if you're wondering kind of what's happening with the tongue, I'll try to demonstrate what that looks like. So if you have the roof of your mouth here, this is the opening of your mouth, and you have your tongue. When you're making the K sound, it's kind of like your tongue kind of raises to the middle of the roof of your tongue, the roof of your mouth. And when we make the hard K sound, we're really pushing our tongue to the roof of our mouth there and forcing the air through. And when we're making the k sound, we're actually kind of pushing the back portion of our tongue to the back portion of our mouth, almost where your uvula is, that thing that's hanging down in the back of your mouth. So now I wanted to give you 3 words, just some examples of how we use this k sound. The first word is going to be qu'ava, qu'ava, which is coffee. That's a very useful word, I think. The second word is going to be qúti, qúti, and that means box. And the third word is going to be qepa, qepa, and that means to bark, like a dog barks. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to do was just go over 5 letters just to give you some context and comparison for how this letter sounds with some of the other ones that maybe are close or you might get mixed up with. You know, early on, I think for me it was difficult to tell the difference between this letter and others, because I couldn't even find a video that had it compared to right next to the other letters. So the letters will be k, 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 h, h, h. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions for videos, I would be open to those as well. I'll be looking to put out more videos on the language, on grammar, on just anything that I've learned that I think would be helpful for you in trying to learn Georgian faster. So until next time, see ya.